Hey guys, this is a members only video. The general population is not going to be able to see this video, and the reason why is because you have to join a certain tier in order to see this information. So I assume that the main thing that you want to learn about is either lowering your LDLs or lowering your cholesterol or raising your HDLs or lowering your blood pressure. Let's discuss today, and this is just for members, the situation about the LDL. This is a major problem, and the reason why is because if you watch YouTube, you're going to see people like Shawn Baker. You're going to see people like Paul Saladino. You're going to see people, what's another popular guy? Barry, okay? And the people that I'm talking about are very well respected. People like them. They're very popular on YouTube. And they're promoting either a keto diet or a carnivore diet. The reason this is important is because these diets absolutely do work. If you want to lose weight, if I wanted to lose weight, what I would do is I would only eat once a day and I'd have a steak. And that's it, with big fat on it. Maybe have an avocado. That's not carnivore, but that's keto. It's really, the diets are very similar except for percentages. The traditional ketogenic diet is 70% fat. The carnivore diet, they don't even worry about percentages. It's just fat and protein, but it's basically a steak, organ meats and things like that. So the problem, and it's a PR problem, it really comes down to a PR problem. And the PR problem is you start losing weight, your blood pressure goes down, you start feeling better, your psoriasis goes away, your digestive issues with eating salads goes away because you're not eating salads. But you go to your doctor, dag damn it, the LDLs go up for a lot of people, not everyone, but if your LDLs go up, the first thing the doctor's gonna do is want to put you on statins. And unfortunately, where I'm from in Southern California, doctors are just robots. Doctors are just part of the algorithm. It's very rare to find a doctor that can think outside the box. I'm not bad-mouthing them. This is just reality. Because if they do think outside the box, they're going to be fired. And we saw that years ago when doctors were speaking out about COVID and different things like that. Doctors lost their jobs. They were removed from the hospital. They lost their hospital privileges, and basically the state or federal government made sure that they hit them where it hurt, in the pocketbooks. How dare you question our authority? Thus, we're going to make you lose your job. That's rough. Well, the PR problem is that your medical doctor, your primary care doctor, his job when he sees high LDLs is to give you statins. And he truly believes that statins are good for you. Statins lower LDLs. Statins will make you live longer. They're going to prevent heart attacks and strokes. The common theme that I see with patients that I see is that if you don't go on this statin, you're probably going to end up with a stroke, and you're going to leave your wife, wiping your butt type of thing, having to take care of you. You think you want to see your grandchildren, well, then get on statins. That's the authority that doctors have over you, and it's scary. But yet, your blood pressure went down, your weight is down, your BMI is better, your triglycerides might be better, who knows? But the issue is doctors aren't looking for the ApoB. They're not in tune with what's going on and what's popular on YouTube. They're doing what they were taught in medical school or what the pharmaceutical companies have taught them, and that's just reality. And who else are they going to believe? They're not going to believe some guy on YouTube, and I'm talking about Shawn Baker. There was a period of time he lost his license. Well, you have to understand it's very difficult to lose your license, at least in California. Maybe in other states it's a little more difficult or maybe easier to lose your license. But you just don't lose your license for no reason. You have to do some major stuff wrong to have your license pulled. It's not just an opinion. And when it comes to you showing up at the doctor's office, your LDLs went up, Your doctor is like, well, hey, you need a statin to save your life. They truly want to save your life. And you argue, well, that no, I saw a guy on YouTube. You may as well say you saw something on TikTok. That's where you got your education. So it's a very difficult problem because it's a PR problem. If the carnivore diet or the keto diet were to work and give you good markers on the blood tests, there'd be no question that this is probably the right diet for you. So their solution, the Baker, the Berry, the Saladino, their solution to this problem is not, gee, how do we get the LDLs down? Their solution to the problem is LDLs don't matter. There's other things that matter. Now, whether they're right or wrong isn't the issue here. The problem is you're in a doctor's office and you're being told that you're gonna die, or you're gonna have a stroke, or you're gonna have a heart attack, or you're gonna be disabled because your LDLs are too high. So how do you deal with it? It's not good enough to say you saw something on YouTube and you believe them more than those. Listen, if your LDLs are high and you're feeling fantastic, then I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm saying that you have to have a discussion with your doctor that just says, I'm not gonna take it. I just sent a patient to the primary care doctor because they're over 65, they haven't had a physical in, since they were born, type of thing. And I said, hey, you may want to get some blood work just to see where you stand. Healthy guy, healthy guy, eats really well, exercises all the time, no symptoms whatsoever, just wanted to get a checkup. First thing the doctor comes in and says, wow, look at your blood work, you need statins. And he just said, we're not having that conversation. And that ended that. But that's just it's a PR problem, because if the carnivore diet and the keto diet were able to lower your LDLs, then your doctor would have no problem with it. But the doctors truly believe that the LDLs are going to cause you a heart attack or stroke. So here's a solution. The solution is, the real thing that's happening when you eat carnivore or keto is you are eliminating crappy foods. And you know what the crappy foods are. It's not broccoli. Broccoli's not a crappy food. Bananas are not a crappy food. Carrots are not a crappy food. You're not eating processed foods. And because you're eating so much fat, your body is having a hard time metabolizing it and producing LDLs as a natural result of it. The benefit of the carnivore diet and the keto diet is that you're getting usually pretty good healthy fats, and you're getting pretty good healthy proteins, and your carbohydrate intake is going down. This forces your body, or forces your pancreas, to secrete glucagon, which will help mobilize fat as an energy source. So it'll take fat, break it down, convert it into glucose, so your body still uses glucose, because your brain still wants to use glucose, and your muscles, when you exercise, still want to use glucose, so they need it from somewhere. And that's why ketones are formed, because ketones are a byproduct of breaking down the fat into glucose, and that's why your breath smells, and that's why your urine smells. But you can do this in a different way. You can continue to eat good fats, continue to eat a lot of protein, and still minimize your carbohydrates. And the way to do that is to simply eat not just one steak a day, but to combine it with eating some fish, actually a lot of fish. The second is you can have chicken, you can have pork, you can have other types of protein. The main thing is chicken is very lean protein. Fish, like salmon in particular, is very fatty. You can increase your omega-3 fatty acids by eating walnuts. You could eat fish oil, you could eat krill oil, cod liver oil, these types of things. What I found is that if patients are high in their LDLs because they're changing their diet to like a carnivore diet or a keto diet, their LDLs go up and they have this conflict with their doctor, they start eating more fish oil and start eating more fish and eat more chicken as a combination with the meat, their LDLs go down. Suddenly there's no fight anymore. That's really, it seems like, the way to do it. Lastly, you have to understand that doctors are there, they see the majority of patients that are clinically obese, morbidly obese, pre-diabetic, fully diabetic without realizing it. They smoke cigarettes, they never exercise, they have no interest in exercise, and they don't want to change their lifestyle at all. A doctor's role is to try to protect people from themselves. That's why they're prescribing the statins. It's interesting that the standard American diet, which when we think of what the heck is a standard American diet, it means going breakfast, lunch, and dinner to fast food restaurants. That's what people think is the standard American diet. But when you do that, and you have carnivore, in both cases, the LDL goes up. So the doctor doesn't know that you're actually eating healthy foods, non-processed foods. So it's interesting that processed foods increase LDLs just as healthy, non-processed, quality meats. Makes you think. It does give credence, though, to Ken Berry, Baker, and Saladino that maybe it's a PR problem, but maybe it's a scientific problem as well, that the LDLs are maybe not the answer. Because if the standard American diet can raise your LDLs as well as a carnivore diet, but one guy is losing weight and one guy is gaining weight, maybe it's not the LDLs, and that's the whole point. So if you have questions, ask in the comment section down below, and I will get to your questions. And the reason why is because I want to thank you guys for becoming members.